You know, we just all went through a lot of hardships with the creation of the Minnesota area. So they said, instead of going to war, what if we figure out a good way to create peace and to create long-lasting kinship ties? So what they did is they met at Fort Abercrombie. It was kind of a halfway point. It was a good neutral site. So they met at Fort Abercrombie and created what was known, or is now known, as the Sweet Corn Treaty, or the Sioux and Chippewa Peace Treaty of 1870. And that peace treaty established kinship ties by saying that every so many years, Dakota people would come up here and they would live and eventually intermarry. And every so many years, Ojibwe people from up here would come down to Sisseton and intermarry. And families like the Sea Boys, they carry on those stories, and their grandmas and relations come from up here, and they've intermarried. And now we know that there's a lot of people here who are mixed. And part of that treaty, they also took all of Flatmouth's belongings and they gave it to that wife who her husband, Shooting Hill. All of Flatmouth's belongings were given to Shooting Hill's wife. And she took those belongings, and at first she didn't want to take them. She was really hesitant. But eventually the chiefs all got together and said, you need to take this. This is our form of restorative justice. We have our own ways of dealing with problems that don't involve the US government. They have a different system. We have our own beliefs and our own ways of solving things. So that woman, she took those belongings and she distributed it amongst the Dakota people. And at that time, you start to see Dakota and Sisseton start to wear bandolier bags. You see more of this bandolier bags being used. So those are just some of the stories and connections to that. But it goes further back, you know, with the moccasin games. You go further back with lacrosse, playing that game during winter, during a time of peace. So this is just one of the reasons we're here, and we're just appreciative of your time out in Dakota.